All right, you guys, this is your notes for the exam. Originally, I had did it all, but it didn't record through. So below, I have all the work to all the answers. So I'm just going to slide down. So this is the first one. The first one, it says, when the product of 15 and 40 is divided by the sum of 15 and 45, what is the quotient? So right here you can see that I have product means the answer of a multiplication problem. Sum means the answer of an addition problem. 15 times 40 is 600. And then 15 plus 45 is 60. So I have to divide 600 by 60. I canceled out the zeros. That left me with 6 divided by 60. And my answer is 10. Let's move on to the next one. Number 2, it says use the numbers 4 and 5 to illustrate the commutative property of addition. So right there, I have 4 and 5. The commutative property of addition means that we can switch the numbers around. So I can say 4 plus 5 and 5 plus 4. It's that simple. Number 3. Number 3, as you can see, I have written it out. And I'm going to go over this a little bit. Let me change the color right here. Let's use yellow. So you were given an expression, and then all of a sudden the numbers change around. When the numbers move around, that is called the commutative property. I abbreviate that by COMM. After that, for step 3, you see that the numbers then have parentheses. Parentheses means that we're using the associative property. The associative property means that we are basically saying that we want to multiply these numbers first. Is when we use parentheses to really emphasize what we want to do first with the math problem. So that's your answer, commutative and associative. All right, number 4. Oh, we go from 4 to 15? Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 4, I'm sorry. Number 4, it says use words to write 21,650,000. The first thing we want to do is place commas. All right, so we're going to start by making sure that we move 3 places over, comma. All right, that's how we show the place values. Every three digits is a new value. So we have hundreds, thousands, and millions. And I'm just going to write it out. 21,650,000. Do not use the word and. If you use the word and 50, I will mark it wrong. Number 5. Number 5. It's a sequence. It says find the next 3 numbers in this sequence. 1, 4, 9, 16. The first thing you want to do is look and see if there's a pattern. So what I did is I noticed that 1 plus 3 equals 4. So then I did another one. What is 4 plus a number? And that equals 9. It's 5. So then I start noticing, hey, you know what? It's adding by odd numbers. Plus 3, plus 5, plus 7, plus 9. And then the plus 11, 16 plus 11 is 25. 16 plus 9 is 25. 25 plus 11 is 36, and 13 plus 36 is 49. Or I can see that it is perfect squares. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. 6 squared is 36. And 7 squared is 49. All right, those are the next 3 numbers. Number 6. The expanded, it wants you to write 75,000 in expanded notation form. When we're working with expanded notation form, we're using zeros as a place value. So the first thing you want to do is go to that 7 and see where that 7 is located at. It is located in the 10,000th location. So how do we represent the 10,000 location? It is represented with 1 and 4 zeros behind it. So you're going to take 7 times 10,000. Now, if we do that, that will only give us 7,000. Our original number was 75,000. So I must put a plus in between there new parentheses, and now I move to the 5. The 5 is located in the 5,000, so there's 3 zeros behind that. So I put that, and when you do all of that good stuff right there, you get 75,000. All right, next question. Number 7. When we're working with negative numbers, whichever number is closer to 0, it is the bigger number. Negative 8 is greater than negative 11. You would rather owe me $8 than 11. Number 8? Number 8. I'm sorry, that was number 7. This is number 8. If A equals 15 and B equals 3, then what is AB? You must know that when you have two variables next to each other, the relationship that they are doing is multiplication. You must multiply. You will multiply 15 times 3. 15 times 3 is 45. AB equals 45. Move on to the next one. Number 9. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Number 9. Number 9 says, write, if I'm not mistaken, yes, it says use the digits to write this number. All right, 88,100,060. That's simple. Number 10. Okay, that looks like a lot going on. What we want to do with number 10 is we have x plus $4.30 equals 15. What I did is I did the inverse operation. The inverse operation of addition is subtraction. So I subtracted $4.30 from both sides. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other side. That cancels. You bring down your x, you bring down your equal sign. And then you just subtract on the other side. 15 minus $4.30 is $10.70. Number 11. Where are you, number 11? There we go. Number 11 is the same thing. We start off with a negative. Y minus 8,860 is equal to 6,300. We must do the inverse operation first. The inverse operation of subtraction is addition. So I'm going to add 8,860 to both sides. When I do that, y equals 15,160. Number 12, where are you, 12? There you go. 12, we have 8z is equal to 74. Let me scoot that up a little bit. 8z is equal to 74. So we must know the relationship between 8 and z. They are multiplying, so I have to do the inverse operation of multiplication, which is division. I need to divide by 8 on both sides. When I do that, 8 divided by 8 is 1, so I bring down the z. When I bring down the z, I now have z is equal to 74 divided by 8. 74 divided by 8, I'm sorry, does not go in evenly. I must use a decimal, so let me go over this problem. 8 goes into 74 9 times. 9 times 8 is 72. Subtract is 2. Bring down the 0, 20. 8 goes into 20 2 times. 2 times 8 is 16. 20 minus 16 is 4. Bring down another 0. 8 goes into 40 5 times. And my answer is $9.25. Number 13. Number 13 is one of those problems that I don't like the way that Saxon do it. So I'm going to do it the Saxon way and not my way, just so you guys can understand it. So for this problem, what they want you to do is just take the answer and subtract it by the number that you have. So 1,426 minus 78 equals 1,348. Number 14 is the same type of concept. 45b is equal to 1,575. You must know the relationship when you have a number and a variable next to each other. They are multiplying. You divide 45 from both sides. Once you divide 45 from both sides, you will get b is equal to 35. Number 15. All right, it's the same type of concept as before. They want you to take 32,800 minus 9,360. Once you get that, you will get your answer. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 16, let me go back up. Number 16 is just a simple multiplication problem. We have 18 times 12 times 11. The first thing I did was 18 times 11. Now, if somebody can tell me what property I did, that will be great. That will be great. And I'll give you extra credit if you can tell me what property I did, since I did 18 times 8. Once I do 18 times 8, the answer I get is 198. I must then take 198 times 12. Once I take 198 times 12, I get 2,376. All right, number 17. For number 17, we have parentheses. Parentheses means that we must do that first. I'm sorry, I keep moving. There we go. Parentheses means that we must do it first. Inside of the parentheses, I have 560 minus 79. I minus that first and I get 481. Now I have 100 minus 481 is equal to what? You first need to know that there is more negative than there is positive. So because there is more negative than there is positive, this answer is going to be a negative number. So I am going to take 480 minus 100 and I get 381. However, since there was more negative, there's more of a negative value than there is a positive. The answer is negative 381. Number 18. Oh, for number 18, this is what I want. If you can, the first 10 students that tell me their favorite movie, I will let you use notes on your test. So for this, it's just a simple division problem. We are going to divide 46,902 divided by 8. When we do all of that, the answer is 5,799. Number 19. It's just a simple problem. 160 times 17. Because I know my rules are 0, I cross out the 0. I do 17 times 16. I get 272. And then that 0 that I crossed off right there, I just add it to the end of my problem. So the answer is 2,720. For number 20. I have $29.50 divided by 10. Because, once again, I know my rules are 0, I cross out the 0 and I move the decimal over one spot. Didn't have to do any division, and my answer is $2.95. All right, class, that is it.